Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Thörgasm, and today we're going to be talking about a lot of things, and this is going to be a long video, so please stick to the end of the video. And the first thing that we're going to be doing is World Boss Ultimate, and we're going to be playing Ebony Maw stage 99 with these 5 teams that I have here. But what we are not going to do is we're not going to be using their tier 3 skill or awakened skill. We're just going to be using their normal skill 1 2 3 4 5, and we're not going to be using their 6th skill, that is tier 3 or awakened skill. And then we're going to see how much time it takes to complete these stages and whether they are able to complete these stages or not. I'm pretty sure they will be able to complete these stages, but let's see how much time they take. Also, and after that we will be using these skills to see how much time difference it makes to clear these stages when using the tier 3 skill or the awakened skill. Now you might be wondering why I am using Voodoo lead for this team. Why not Misty Knight or maybe Cyclops or maybe Fury? Well, I'll tell you the reason. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be using Voodoo lead, and it gives me all debuff effects by 40%. It increases all debuffs by 40%, and I'm gonna be using Mystique's 6th skill that has defense down. Let's have a look at her defense down skill, that is 6th skill, that is awakened skill. So it has defense down, which applies in World Boss Ultimate but not in World Boss Legend. It has 70% defense down decrease, which ignores immunity. If it says ignores immunity, it means it applies in World Boss Ultimate. If we use Voodoo leadership, it would increase that 70% to 98%. And that's when we're going to be using Luna Snow to make the attack. But we're not going to be doing this for other teams except Thor. So Thor has defense down on his tier 3 skill, as you can see, 70%, same as Mystique. And we're going to be using White Fox leadership here. But since we're not going to be using Thor's tier 3 in the first one, so we can't take advantage, right? But what we can do is, as you can see, White Fox on her 4th skill has got defense down. So we're going to be using this defense down and then start our attack with Thor to see if it gives us any benefit, which it will, because it will apply the defense down from White Fox 4th skill on Ebony Maw. So this is the first time we're going to start our run, so let's get into it. These are the strikers. So if you wanna use defense down, you have to have Weapon Hex, you have to have Doc Strange for time freezing, you have to have, if not 3, at least 2 such characters with power cosmic tag, basically increasing the damage by 12% dealt to supervillains. And here I'm using Apocalypse for my 5th option. I could also use Magneto since he's got paralysis on his one of the skills. Where's Magneto? You could use other characters as well, but make sure that they have the abilities that these characters have. I'm only using, so Magneto uses his 3rd skill. If we take Magneto instead of Apocalypse, he would use his 3rd skill, which has paralysis, and it ignores immunity, which means it will apply in World Boss Ultimate. So now let's get back to Apocalypse and see what skill he would be using He uses his force skill, which has mind control. You can see it's mind control for 4 seconds. So this is going to give us advantage, and Apocalypse will mind control more, and Thanos and Silver Surfer, they would be giving us 12% of increased damage to the villain, that is more, and Doctor Strange will time freeze, and Weapon Hex will apply her um, defense down, that is 100%. So this is the trick that we're going to be using. This is an old trick that we use. This is basically the strikers for one-shotting, and you can use variable, even Thor can one-shot these stages, 99 stages. So let's start. So first we're going to be using Mystique's 6th skill. Now we're gonna kite. Anyways, now that the defense down effect is over, we're gonna have to do it all over again, but I'm just waiting for Luna Snow to get her, cooldown reset. So now we're gonna be using Mystiques. Wait for 4 slices, and then 4, 5, 1, 2, and 3. Now the defense down is over. Well, shouldn't have switched, but we can kite these. It actually becomes super easy when you are using the Tire 3 skill, but since we have to wait for the 6th skill to reset the time, I wanted to use 1 there, not 3. But anyways, 1 minute and 30 seconds to clear stage 99 without using the Tire 3 skill. I would say that's good enough. Not impressive in my opinion, but that's good enough. Let's see how much time the other characters take to do the same thing. Maybe she would have done better if I was using Fury. It would show that this team does work well when we use her Tire 3 skill in the next run. But first we complete these. So we're going to be using this team, and we're not going to be using his 6th skill at all in this run. In the next run we will see and compare. So I'm only using a fire damage obelisk with 180% damage proc, so I'm not gonna be messing with my proc, which is necessary. The proc got messed up, but no worries, we can land the proc again on our 4th skill. 3, 5C and 4. Okay, it got cancelled, no worries. Okay, almost got killed there. We got the proc back. This seems like it's gonna take time, but see. Look at the bar melting. What do you think? Do you think he can do it faster than Lunas now? There's still, 15 seconds and only 3 bar left. think he can do that. Or maybe not. Nope, he can't do that. Faster than Lunar Snow, but he was very close, only 3 seconds less, so that's good enough, I guess. And I'm only using a fire damage obelisk on him with 180% proc, so I think that's okay according to his build. Whereas Lunar Snow is using a rage. Now this is our third team, this is my favorite team, and I usually finish World Boss Ultimate stage 99 Mao in 30 seconds or so using Thor, but I do use a tire thread skill. Sometimes it takes 40 seconds, 45 seconds depending upon the RNG. But let's see how much time it takes without using the tire thread skill. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be opening with White Fox's 4th skill to get the defense down. It applied 3C, 5C and 4. That was awesome. Like 4 bars almost. More than that, I guess. Well, missed it. Not bad. We can again use White Fox's 4th skill, but I'm not gonna be doing that. Just totally gonna be relying on those skills. And hopefully he can do it faster. Than the other 2 characters that we use, and 52 seconds and done. We did not use his tire thread skill at all, and he only took 52 seconds to clear it. I could have used Fury Lead or maybe Lincoln or some other leadership, and that would have done differently. So this is, I think, one of the most used themes in World Boss Mao. When there was no World Boss Legend, people would play World Boss Ultimate, of course, and they would use this theme a lot to clear high stages. When there was no peers, when there was no card crafting. But now that things have changed, let's see how much time this team takes to clear. Can it do better than Thor? So for your reference, my Bear Rebel is rocking a CDB of energy normal, and Fire Level is using a CDB of insight. So let's see how much time it takes. We're gonna be opening with Bear Rebel's 5C, 3C and 4 proc. It did more damage than Thor, because Thor had then 4 bars and it did, Bear Rebel did almost 4.5, more than that. Okay, missed it. Well, didn't tap the 5th skill. No worries. 5C, 3C and 4 proc, and the cutscene. Variable has only 5 seconds to clear it, but no, okay, he cannot do it faster than Thor. Obviously he can't, because my Thor is built better, and of course we did miss some skills there. The 5 was not tapping, and it's because the mouse was moving. Anyways, 1 minute and 2 seconds, not bad. It's better than Lunar Snow. You might be wondering that team was not good enough and it's not a fair comparison, but I will show you. It's not a comparison between these characters, different teams. It's a comparison between the same team with and without using the tier 3 or awakened skill. Now this is one of the favorite teams, not mine, but new people tend to use it, and I have seen a lot of people using Super Giant in World Boss, and she does really great. I have mine with a CDP of Judgment, and we're not gonna be using her awakened skill in this one. By the way, my SFX animation is off. If you turn it on, it will be easier to play her because of her targeting issues. We have a CDP of Judgment, so let's see. You might be using a different rotation, but it basically gives the same result. Now that's better than Bear Rebel. And that was a waste. I thought he got mind control or something there. But anyways. Oh, by the way, my Proxima is rocking a CDB of Insight. Now I had to use third because it has some cancelling issues. So I had to use the third skill first. Now I use 5C, 4C and 3. Let's see if she can do better than Thor. Nope, she cannot. She was 2 seconds late than Thor, which is good enough since my Thor has full build and she's only having a decent build and Thor is having a great build. Anyways, these were the 5 teams and you saw the timing, and now what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be running these teams all over again, but this time we're gonna be using the tier 3 skill and awakened skill. Now we're gonna see how much time difference it makes in clearing these stages with using the tier 3 or awakened skill. So first we have to charge Luna Snow's tier 3 skill, so we won't be using Mystique's 6 skill directly. And make sure that you reset the first and second skill over and over again so that you can use it more. Now that it's charged, we're gonna have to wait for Luna Snow's cooldown to come down to at least 3 seconds, and then we're gonna be using Mystique's 6th skill. Now that's 2 in 1 second. Wait for 4 slices. Now let's see. What did I say about this team? Did you see she one shot? This is not a joke, guys. If you were thinking that this team was stupid, that I should have used Fury Lead, look what this team did. I only charged Luna Snow's tier 3 skill, used Mystique's 6th skill, got the defense down, and then all I did was use Luna Snow's normal rotation with including her tier 3, and she one shot it. So this is the team that I was talking about. So the suggestions, the tips that I give, they are based on my testings, and I'm not just saying it like other YouTubers. I've seen a lot of people, they just say it and they don't know what they're doing, but I do know what I'm doing. Not to criticize anyone, but you know what I mean. And do you think he can one shot with this team? Let's find out. We're gonna be using 3C, 5C, 6C, and we missed the proc since we are using a normal obelisk, so it had to happen. Otherwise, the damage could have been more. Maybe I need to give him a CDB of Judgment. Anyways, he should be able to do it faster than what he did without the 6th skill, obviously. Now, it's where it Now we'll go into cutscene. So we skipped his 6th skill. We did not use it because we knew that he would go in cutscene, and that 6th skill could have been wasted if I had used it. Almost there. "55 seconds, not bad. I mean, he could have done faster if he had not missed the proc, but I think that's okay." These are the 5 teams that I use. I barely play World War Ultimate, but these teams are great in my opinion. There are other teams that might be better, that might be good enough, as good as this, but anyways. So we used, okay, the defense down did not apply, so we're gonna be trying again. I got distracted. So we're gonna be using our 4th skill. The defense down did apply. We're gonna use 3C, 5C, and 4. Better than before. Okay, no worries. Now we have the dietary skill almost charged, so it's going to give us advantage. Now let him. Okay. We're going to be using 4, 3C, 5C, and Tier 3. Look at this. It took me 37 seconds. Not bad. He almost, one-shot it with his Tier 3 skill. I think I could have done faster, but that's good enough. Now this is our 4th team, but I'll tell you, so this team has the capability to one-shot stage 99, but we will have to use the purple skill. So I just want to show you the difference. If we don't use purple skill, what would happen? Would he still be able to one-shot? Let's find out. He won't be able to, but he will obviously be doing better. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be starting with 5C, 3C, 4C, and then 6th proc. If you wanna one-shot with this team, you have to use purple skill. I'll show you how. So 5C, 3C, 4C, and 6th. Not bad. 5 bars left. Good. Okay. 16 seconds better than Thor, since we had to charge Thor's Tier 3 skill, and Bear Rebel's Awakened skill was already off cooldown since we started the match. And now we're gonna be using this team to one-shot. So I'll show you how it's done. And you have to be very quick when you want to cancel these skills, because in order to one-shot you have to instantly cancel these skills. One-shot. So what did I use? Did you see that? I used purple skill, instant cancel into 4th skill, instant cancel into 5th skill, into 3rd skill, into 6th proc, and it barely took 5 seconds to finish it. This team is ridiculous. It's amazing, and it can one-shot any stage. So I just showed you one shot in 99 stage 99, so of course you can one shot other stages as well. Now this theme, let's see how much difference this theme makes when we use the 6th skill of Super Giant. So we're going to be starting with 6th skill. 6th skill, cancel into 3, 5 and 4. Why we cancel into 3 is because it has cancelling issues if we were using cancel into 5, 4 and 3. So we had to use 3. You have to use a 3rd skill after 6th skill if you want the targeting issues to be better. Now we will be doing 5, 4 and 3. Sixth skill, 3C, 5C and 4. It's 41 seconds. 41 seconds and she finished the stage 99 now. Now we're gonna be doing some account reviews. So I talked to some people and they were willing to get their accounts reviewed by me, so let's do this. So first of all, the account that we're going to be reviewing is, I'm not going to be spending much time on this. I'm going to be only spending like 5 to 10 minutes on one account to see the main characters. So the first account that we're going to be reviewing is Brother El Jefe. So that's his IGN. So let's start with cards. He's got 6 blue stars on his Black Panther card, that is 5% of PS, and 4 blue stars on his Cable card, 5 stars on his Baby Spidey card, 4 stars on his Infinity War cards. Yeah, this card came with the Infinity War update from the Legendary Battle. You can get this card if you want, but that's not worth it unless you want to get the other perks of the Legendary Battle as well. And 4 blue stars on Luna Snow. So I would say the card's effects are really good. Let's see. He's got energy attack on a 6 star, which is good. And I would say the card rolls are really decent. That's a quality 7 card. Awesome. Quality 5 cards with 20% energy attack proc, that is awesome. Looking at the card stats, 13% PS, that is really nice. 30% cooldown, 23% attack speed, critical rate, critical damage, nice. All attack is 64%, and energy attack 49.4, that is nice. Ignore defense, max HP 19, dodge 13, and there's the 20% energy attack proc. So I would say overall the card is decent. It's a good card and not a bad card. So first of all, we're gonna be checking his Thor. Yeah, he's one of the Thor fans out there. So let's go mythic uniform. Alright, and type enhancement is rank 6. Awesome. ISO 8 is overdrive with fully awakened ISOs, 40% all attack. Now look at this. All Odin's blessings. Nice. And they're all, amplified slots. 4 Odin's blessings, all amplified slots. Awesome. 4 Odin's blessings, all amplified, that is good. And 3 Odin's blessings, all amplified slots. If you don't have the Odin's blessing, so you have to make sure at least you can amplify the slots, since they have made it easier to amplify all slots. And he is rocking a CDB of Judgment Might 8 with 200 proc, and the all attack on this is good enough. Chain hit damage is also good. That's type amplification good enough. I would say overall his Thor is really good, and I have played with his Thor, and the best we have done in Galactus, I think it was 10 seconds, his throw is really good. And null is not that important anymore since we've got Loki, who's the universal ABX meta, and null is still good enough. So he's got a CDB of energy on him, just like me, good enough. Sentry is having a CDB of regeneration, good enough. He could use a mighty or brilliant regeneration if you have one. Uru's Odin's blessings, okay. Power of Angry Hulk. So this is overall a well-built sentry, and I think on manual he can kill 99% of the teams. He might face some problems against Dooms since he's not got a mighty or brilliant CDP of regeneration, but this is overall a good enough sentry for manually playing the timeline battle. Quicksilver not used much overall. I barely use him except I think Shadowland and Alliance Conquest, but CDB of Greed is a good option. And now look at Doom. Now this is interesting. He's got mighty CDB of Authority and he's got 5 seconds of invincibility, legendary uniform, good enough. ISO 8 set is almost awakened, 32% all attack. If it was 40, it would mean it's fully awakened. And look at the Uru's slots are amplified. HP Odin's blessings, nice. HP Uru's too, nice. HP Uru's nice. So overall he is still building him since the uniform is at legendary, and he's still working on the ISOs and Odin's blessings and Uru's. So I think this is good enough Doom to use in AC or timeline. Odin is not used much these days, but he's still got a CDP of rage just like me, so his Odin is nicely built. I will now be mainly focusing on the main characters that are basically used these days. Let's go 200 proc obelisk on her, which is good. I have mine with CDP of inside, but that's good enough. So Wanda, since she's an ABX queen, and of course Athena does score well, but Wanda is what I use, and most people use Wanda with CDP of Judgment, either mighty or brilliant. But he's still he's still got some work to do on Wanda's ISO 8, and Uru's are good enough. He's got some Odin's blessings on her as well, and it's a CDB of rage. It's good. Silver Surfer, mighty CDB of authority, good enough. Apocalypse, he's taken off his judgment, and Cable nobody uses anymore except World Boss and maybe new players. But as a veteran, I would say I don't use Cable much anymore. Since I've got Mephisto to use in ABX Blast Mail. Anyways, let's look at his Wolverine. He's got a CDB of rage, and he's still working on his ISOs. And from the Urus and everything, it looks great. And now I will be looking at his let's say Kingpin. Okay, he is working on Kingpin. ISO 8 needs to be completed. He's got a CDB of rage, and okay, I bet with this he could definitely score more than 8 million, maybe 8.5, but this is good enough for now. But he can of course work on it to score higher if he wants to chase scores in ABX. And Taskmaster with Insight, of course, to help in ABX, and World Boss Legend. Venom, we're not going to be reviewing Venom. Let's look at Spidey. So he's got a mighty CDP of destruction, because re-rolling mighty CDP of destruction is a pain. I had to re-roll mine for like several times, and I had to waste like hundreds of obelisks on re-rolling that destruction, and it's still sitting in my inventory. But looking at the Urus, I would say it's good enough. It's still working on it, and it's good. By the way, he's got both the uniforms I have seen. So this is the uniform for PvE mode and not PvP. For PvP, you have to use the red suit. And now let's look at his Hela, who's got a mighty CDB of destruction as well. So Hela with mighty CDB of destruction is decent in timeline as well as world boss if you want to use her as a solo character. And she's got some Odin's blessings and Urus and fully awakened ISO and mythic uniform. So I would say she is nicely built. And now look at his Loki. Mythic uniform, ISO still in working. Got some Odin's blessings. He's got more Odin's blessings than me, I guess, but this is good. He scores like 11 million or something in ABX with his Loki, or 10.5 or 11, somewhere around that, because looking at his build, I think that's how much he can do. We've already seen Thor, and he's still working on Mephisto, and Korvus is a meta. He's got to work on his ISOs and put more Odin's blessings or Urus. He's got a CDB of rage, so that's good enough. This build is good enough to score 7 million or maybe 8, but since he's got the Black Cat uniform, it's easy to score 8 million. And it's got Super Giant with normal CDB of judgment, which is good enough. It still needs to work on her ISOs. Variable, on the other hand, needs only 2 ISOs to be fully awakened. Overall, this is a decent build, I would say. He's got some Odin's blessings and the Urus, and it's a mighty CDB of energy with 20%. I would say, brother, you should re-roll it. I know it's very difficult to re-roll when you have the 200 proc, and it's really RNG. You might get lucky, you might get unlucky, and you might have to waste hundreds of obelisks. But I would say that you re-roll this option and maybe try and get some PS. That would help in both DRX and world boss, because all attack is basically only for ABX, and nobody uses variable in ABX anymore. I'm sure your Thor can do better than variable in ABX, so I would suggest you re-rolling this. And looking at Sif, she's got a rage. Valkyrie's got an insight. Okay, people mostly use stat play. He's waiting on the uniform sale, so I'm not gonna be commenting anything on that. And other than that, I think he's got a decent roster. He's got Salak's uniform as well, and I think he's working on his gears to awaken her skills, which is good. She is a decent character, and I think he's got a pretty wide roster. Since he's a veteran, he's got a lot of level 70 characters, and he's got a lot of uniforms, and this is a decent account, I would say. See, he barely has any, like what, 6 characters, take to 6 stars, so he is a veteran, and he's got some natives to work on, but he's got some native titles to work on, but this is a decent account, and I would say it's good enough to stay competitive in any mode. He's got PvP characters, he's got PvE characters, and he's got a decent account with decent cards, and I would say this is good enough. But he needs to work on the ISOs and pick up Sif's uniform and re-roll beta bills energy. So the next account that we're gonna be reviewing is well, I talked to many people and all of them, they were ready, but I would be reviewing God Killer 1A4. Let's look at his cards first. Card seems okay. 8% PS, not bad. he could do well, but he needs to. I think he's been re-rolling. He got unlucky there because look at the 6 star. It's red with energy attack, but I still got chance to re-roll. But getting the blue star with energy attack or all attack. Basically, people prefer energy attack over physical attack, but it's okay to have any attack stat with blue star because 5% PS would be much more better. So he's gotta re-roll these 3 stars that are 1 green and 2 reds to 3 more blue so that he could get 6 blue stars. Other than that, I think he got lucky there. He can just re-roll the 2nd and 5th star. I think first he should start getting 5% PS on his cable card because he's already got the 6 stat with blue stars and an attack, and he's only needed to roll 2 stars. But it might be expensive if he gets unlucky, but I think that's the card he should start with. And he's got some PvP cards as well. So look at his stats. 11% attack speed. He could really use some attack speed. I think it should be at least 15 or 18 for starters. Critical rate and damage are good enough. All attack 53%. That's good. Energy attack 57.3. I think he got unlucky here. Look at it. The 6-star energy attack, 6-star energy attack. It's mind resist, useless. Energy attack, all attack. So he's got energy attack on 3 cards on their 6 stats on card crafting. So I think that's why his energy attack is higher than his all attack, but that's okay. He can always work on his cards. He's got 54% ignore defense, and the cap for ignore defense is only 50%, and then you get some from ISOs and their gears and skills and other things. So like by skills I meant like passives. He's got 38% cooldown. That's okay. That's over cap, I guess, because you get 14% cooldown from the alliance bonus if you're in a level 30 alliance. I'll show you how. So you go to alliance bonus info and you see decrease skill cooldown by 14%. So that is level 30 alliance. So if you're in a level 30 alliance, all you need is only 36% cooldown on your cards so that you could have the 50 cap. By the way, overall this is good enough. He's got nice dodge, he's got a physical attack proc 20%, he's got 26.9, which is almost 27% max HP. I think it's good enough. He needs to work on his cards more, and he can get 5% PS on this card first. That's what he should try. That's my suggestion. Now let's look at his characters first. He's using the Lunar Snow PFP, so let's see his Lunar Snow. That's a good build. Not bad. That's actually a decent build. He's using Hawkeye. I would recommend re-rolling it when the ISO set bonus comes, because you're basically wasting it. You are using Hawkeye and it gives you 8% of cooldown, and you've already got what, 38% cooldown on your cards, 38.8, which is almost 39 I would say, and that 8.1%, that is 47%, and then you are in a level 30 alliance that gives you 14% cooldown. So you are way over the cap. Brother, you need to reduce the cooldown somehow. You need to re-roll it, maybe get overdrive, or maybe get power of Angry Hulk. Just try to re-roll it, but don't do that now. You can it can wait for the ISO bonus to come. Scar Mephisto, normal judgment, I think that's good enough. It's got some Odin's blessings, okay. Null with Obelisk, that's good enough because nobody uses Null anymore except Daisy. If he wants, he could give him an Obelisk with invincibility. Let's look at his Sentry, he is rocking a God Break immunity with 200% proc. That's good enough, but I would suggest having a regeneration or a brilliant authority as suggested by Marine Velvet. By the way guys, go to Marine Velvet's channel and subscribe to his channel. He's a brother to me and he makes awesome PvP contents, so you should check out his channel. I'll put the link in description and please subscribe to his channel as well. Let's look at his Doom. Yeah, good enough, I would say. Yeah, still working on the ISOs, so yeah. Whoever is working on several characters at the same time, I would suggest them to work on one character at a time because it makes it easier. So I think he can take off, Odin's Rage unless he's using Odin in World Boss Legend. But Proxima is rocking a damage proc, that's good enough. This obelisk, with double ignore dodge used to be, very rare back in the day, and it was very well in demand. People would go crazy if they got such troll. When Quicksilver was introduced in the game and he was one of the native title characters and he was a speed character, still is. He became the ABX meta, and with such an obelisk he would score really awesome. Anyways, look at his Wonders rocking a CDB of Rage. And again Hawkeye, brother, please re-roll all your Hawkeye sets. You overdrive Hawkeye, this needs re-rolling. Odin needs re-rolling as well. Proxima Hawkeye. Why are you having so many Hawkeye? So my suggestion to you is that you should re-roll Hawkeye to something else. You have Hawkeye on almost all the characters except few. There you've got power friendly Hulk. Now let's look at it. So I think that's for the ranking. Decreases basic damage received from boss by 7%. Well, he is got a decent Thor. He's been working on him. Rank 5 type enhancement with uniform. Overdrive, that's good. I'm happy to see Overdrive on Thor, and a CDB of Rage, that's good enough. It's a decent Thor and it's really good. Yeah, you told me that you need to buy his uniform. You've given him a CDB of Energy, which is good. He is crazy with CDB of Energy in DRX and even WBU, and you can also use him in ABX if you don't have Apocalypse or Kingpin. Suje with Judgment, nice. Bearable, that's good enough. If you don't have a CDB of Energy, it's okay. You don't need to waste a CDB of Energy on him. He does really well with an obelisk and he's very much proc friendly. But you need to re-roll this Hawkeye. The only suggestion I would give to you, brother, is to re-roll all the Hawkeyes and start farming gold from now on. Save your gold, wait for the ISO discount, and re-roll all Hawkeye to either Power of Angry Hulk or Overdrive Hawkeye, and you've given her a mighty CDB of Destruction. That's good enough. I remember you told me that you watched Moonbro's video and where he compared mighty CDB of Destruction. Okay, and Hawkeye again with okay, good that you took it off because MK was not worth a CDB of Energy anymore, and you gave him mighty destruction, and you've been working on his case, I believe. You should die through him, and since you've given him so much Urus and all, and a mighty destruction with a nice roll, 120% boss damage and 41.6% critical damage and 200% attack proc. That's good. I think you should die through him very soon. I think he should be the next on your die through list. Other than that, you've got a decent roster. You have PvP characters, you have PvE characters, but brother, you need to re-roll all the Hawkeye ISO sets as I said before, and yeah, mighty regeneration on Thanos. Please re-roll it. Get penetration. This is not good. This all attack basic, all attack 20% is not good. You shouldn't have this. I know it's really difficult to re-roll a reforced CDP, but you should take the chance and re-roll it. This should have gone to Sentry, but it's okay. Re-roll it and get penetration. Other than that, I see you have a nice roster, CDP of Rage and Cap. Good. You could have given it to Wolverine, but you don't have the uniform. But oh my god, look at this. Brother, I would suggest you picking up his uniform very soon, and you can build him for PvP if you want. You got lucky there. I remember your post, and I think you should tier 3 him anyway and get his uniform. Yeah, so you've got a nice roster, and well, Star-Lord sucks. See what I did there? Anyways, nice. Now I hope RNG blesses you with some decent CDP chests, and you get more rages, judgments, and insights. You could use them, but overall you've got a decent roster, and yeah, keep working on it. Now we're gonna be reviewing one more account, Dark Flow or Marine Velvet. I think I'll just show you Marine Velvet because he has a decent account. I mean, I'm not saying Dark Flow doesn't have a decent account, he does, but why I want to show Marine Velvet is because he's the guy who uses like random teams in timeline and get the wins. He is the guy. Look, he would use any team that you can't even imagine, and he would get the wins. He would kill sentries, dooms. He killed Doom with Thor, so you can imagine how skilled he is. And he is a very good friend of mine. He's a brother to me. And look at his card sets. This is a PvP card, this is a PvP card, this is a PvP card. So he's got, well, this is a semi PvP and semi PvE card, but he's got 37.5% max HP, 20% HP proc, and 20% energy attack proc, 50% all attack, nice. And he's got 8% PS, that is also nice. Attack speed is decent, cooldown is a bit high, but that's no problem. Dodge is 20%, and I think he's still working on his card, so that's okay. He can get oh, that's unlucky to have blue star with the cold resist, but I hope okay, cold resist and blue star, that's unlucky. Physical attack, red star, all attack with red star. He's been unlucky, but I hope, brother, you get lucky here and the last 2 stars are blue, so that you can start working on your 5% PS on the card. And I think this is the team he is using currently in Timeline Battle, and he's a good guy. He uses random teams, random characters, and gets the win. Look at his null. He's got, that is a decent obelisk. This obelisk used to be the star on Wolverine back in the day when Wolverine was a PvP meta when he was introduced. It's a good obelisk. I think the build is good enough. He's still working on his gears, that's okay. So you have been using him in PvP, okay. Quicksilver with a mighty authority, nice. Now there is your Doom. That's good. Build, you've been working on it. 32%. Okay. These ISO needs to be awakened. You're working on the uniform, and that's a mighty CDB of authority. 5% of invincibility and 20% all damage received decreases by 20%. Okay. Other than that, I have seen you, yes, he used Dormammu. I've seen you, basically he uses his entire roster in timeline. So what normal people would do, what we would do, what most people do is, they would take look at me. I'll show you my team. This is my timeline team. I've been using Sentry Leadership and Spider-Man because this week Spider-Man is on my bonus list, and Colossus. I didn't get his uniform, but I will maybe later on. Or I would use this team. I usually use this team, but I'm using this team as well, and it's giving me decent results. And I do use Doom as well sometimes, but I prefer Sentry because my Sentry has got mighty regeneration, and Doom also has a mighty CDB, but it's authority. But I like to use Doom less than Sentry because I like Sentry's playstyle more, but it's your own preference. But Doom is of course better. Doom is Doom, so there's no question there. Now let's see where did he go. I need to find him again. Oh, there he is. By the way, his old IGN was JT and some numbers, but he's changed it to Marine Velvet. That's his YouTube channel. Please subscribe to his channel. He's a great friend to me. He's a great brother, and he uses his entire roster in timeline. He uses different characters. He likes to use his entire characters. I have seen him use Thing and kill sentries. This guy is awesome. That's brother, this needs to be re-rolled. You need to re-roll this. All attack to penetration. Thanos, well, he could really use a decent obelisk, at least a 5-star with some invincibility, but you are more of a PvP guy, so you know better than me. But of course, in my opinion, you should give him a better obelisk. So there's Cable, Mighty Energy, that's good enough. Strange, I think this needs to be re-rolled because all attack is not good on PvP CDPs if you're not gonna be using the character in ABX anyway, because all attack is only for ABX. It's better to have PS or other stats available on any CDP. If Deadpool, that's a nice obelisk. Wow, that is awesome. I remember when Jean Grey didn't have an uniform, people would have such obelisk and she would be pain to kill in timeline. Back in the day, there was no PS on cards, there was no card crafting. That was the day. Wow, that is a nice obelisk lightning damage, but okay, stock backing, this needs re-rolling, and you could use some 6-star ISO 8s. Protect the Captain, Mighty CDP, okay, of authority. Why would you have insight on Venom? I mean, you don't use him as support. I would recommend you taking it off and give it to someone who needs it more than Venom. Venom doesn't need CDB insight, so you should take it off when the discount comes. CDB of Rage on Sharon Rogers? No, brother, please take it off. She's better with CDP of Energy, or give her an obelisk with 180% or 200% damage proc, but please take this rage off and give it to someone else. Rage on Iron Man, not bad, but well, if you're a fan of the character, of course you can keep it, unless you want to take it off, because I don't think he's used anywhere, except some people like to use him in World Boss and some people like to use him in ABX. But Iron Man is actually a decent character. With this uniform, he is a lot better than what he used to be, and I think God Killer, he has done, I think, best 8 million. I forgot to check his Iron Man. I think he did 8 million in ABX with Iron Man, or was it 7 million? I'm not sure. Well, Star-Lord sucks. You know what I mean? Stock backing, well, it needs to be re-rolled. Anyways, you need to work on the ISOs, and that's good build. That's a decent build, I would say. Daredevil, a lawyer. Luna Snow, I think, brother, you should give her the rage that you will be taking off from here. Give it to Luna Snow, or let's give her higher proc, cold damage with some higher proc. But this stats are good, but this proc needs to be higher. Creed and Spidey. Well, I have myself a CDP of destruction in my Spider-Man, but I've heard from people and I've seen some videos, and I got to try one of my friend's Spider-Man with the CDP of Creed, and he's actually decent, and when reforced it becomes better. But I would ask JT to make a comparison video, which will be out on his channel, so you can go check it out. It's a good topic to work on, comparing Spider-Man with CDP of Destruction Mighty and CDP of Creed Mighty, and that's good. I've seen him kill some Dooms with Captain Marvel. That's good. Rage on Ghost Rider. Okay, good. Mighty CDP of Authority on Icarus. That's good. Now look at your Thor. Brother, I am disappointed. You need to give him better ISO 8s. This is blasphemy. I'm just joking. Well, you need to give him better ISOs, and you go nice build. Not good enough, but it's okay. We've got all slots amplified except this one and this one. Advanced uniform and ISO needs to be worked on, but I'm glad you've given him a CDP of Rage, but it needs re-rolling. It needs to be 0.9% and not 0.7, so please work on it. Yeah, I mean, take your time. You don't have to work on it though, because I like the character. You work on those characters that you are going to be using in your videos, or you like, if you get time, or if you have extra materials to use on Thor, please do it. But we're gonna get Thor's uniform anyway very soon, so I hope it makes him better. I hope we get a Synergy uniform like Spider-Man, where you can use one suit for PvP and the other in PvE. I used to use my Thor in PvP. When Infinity War came, I used to have a destruction on him, and he used to kill Jean Greys, Thanoses. But back in the day, timeline mode was different. It was more fun. So now let's look at his vision. I have seen him use his vision to kill some sentries. So this guy, Marine Velvet, is, brother, he is really great. He can use any character to kill, timeline metas. And it's not like he kills some random sentry. He has killed some rank top, I think top 10 sentries. He has killed a lot of them. That guy calls, or how do you say his name, calls sentries, his dooms and all. So I don't underestimate my brother. He's done so well, and now I see mighty judgment on Suji. But brother, this needs the proc is way too low. You need to re-roll it. That's my suggestion. You should re-roll it and bear rebel with mighty CDB of destruction. It would be interesting to see how he performs in different modes, and maybe we should make a video in maybe DRX or Galactus or any mode you would like to play with me. GBR we can play, and we can see and test how Bear Rebel performs with a mighty CDB of destruction. Since I've got on my Bear Rebel and energy, so it would be interesting to see how it works. And I would say overall you have got a pretty decent roster. You need to work on the ISOs, and yeah, you've got don't worry brother, you've got a nice roster. And by the way, I would suggest leveling them up. I would suggest you leveling up from her to Chain Foster. That would give you more crystals, since they're already 6 stars and they can be leveled up to 60, which will give you crystals, which you can use obviously for anything. And you have got a nice roster, and it's good. And looking at your roster, since you are a PvP guy, I would say you've got a decent PvP teams and certain characters that you use. And with this I would say that's the end of the review for his account. So since this video has become very long, I would like to stop here, but I'll be back soon with more videos. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care of yourself and your family in this difficult time, and see you soon.